Hi and Assalamualaikum to everyone, especially to our beloved lecturer, Professor Madya Dr. Ibrahim bin Rizwan. And today, our group is presenting on the impact of COVID-19 on various sectors in Malaysia and strategies to solve. The COVID-19 pandemic has profoundly affected economies worldwide, and Malaysia is no exception. In our presentation, we will explore a few impacts and strategies to overcome it. Without further ado, let's begin with NURUL NUHA.
The COVID-19 pandemic caused big challenges for Malaysia's economy. In 2020, the economy shrank by 5.6% due to supply chain problems, less spending by people and lower investment. This showed how much Malaysia depends on other countries and is affected by global issues. In 2022, the economy bounced back, growing by 8.7% thanks to more spending and higher exports. But in 2023, growth slowed down to 4%, showing the need for Malaysia to strengthen and diversify its economy. The pandemic also showed weaknesses in industries that depend on trade and tourism. To fix this, Malaysia needs to focus on using digital technology, adopting sustainable practice, and working together with all stakeholders. These changes can help create a stronger, more stable economy for everyone. So, the COVID-19 pandemic had a huge impact on retail and small and medium enterprises or SMEs, causing significant challenges for their survival. These businesses faced reduced sales, financial crisis, and supply chain disruption. Let me break down these key challenges and how they were addressed. First of all, many SMEs saw a major drop in sales. Studies show a 36% downsizing in employment and a big reduction in tax payments. This happened because consumer spending dropped during lockdowns and movement restriction, which made it harder for customers to visit physical stores. Business in non-essential sectors were hit the hardest, as they had to shut down for longer periods and recovered more slowly than bigger companies. This drop in sales didn't just hurt revenue, it also caused widespread layoff, putting even more pressure on household incomes and local economies. Second, SMEs faced serious financial problems. About 50% of small businesses struggled with cash flow issues as demand from customers dropped. Many could not afford to pay for rent, salaries, or utility bills because their cash reserve ran out. Businesses that relied on seasonal or in-person sales would impact the most. On top of that, limited access to loans and other funding made things worse, and some businesses had to shut down permanently. This showed just how fragile many SMEs are during times of economic crisis. Last but not least, supply chain disruption created major obstacles for SMEs. Lockdowns and travel restrictions slowed down the movement of goods, causing delays and shortage. This increased costs and made it harder for small business to get the materials they needed. For some, the situation became so difficult that it hurt their ability to meet customer needs on time and also damaging relationship with their customers. In some cases, these disruptions pushed struggling businesses over the edge, making recovery even harder. To sum up, the COVID-19 pandemic exposed the vulnerabilities of SMEs in areas like sales, finance, and supply chains. To survive, many businesses had to shift toward digital platforms, seek government support, and rethink their strategies. Moving forward, these lessons remind us how important it is to build resilience and support small businesses to prepare for future challenges.
Move to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on SMEs and the strategies they implemented to survive and recover. The pandemic presented unprecedented challenges affecting sales, financial stability, and supply chains. However, SMEs demonstrated resilience by adopting innovative solutions such as digital transformation, cost-cutting measures, and strategic collaboration. Let's dive deeper into these strategies and their significance. One of the most impactful strategies SMEs adopted was digital transformation. The shift to e-commerce platforms significantly improved their survival rates. According to Kao et al. 2024, SMEs that embraced e-commerce saw an increase in survival rates by 3.0 to 3.4 percentage points. By leveraging online platforms, businesses expand their reach beyond physical boundaries, catering to both local and international customers. This approach not only maintains revenue streams, but also optimize marketing efforts, enhance customer engagement, and streamline supply chain management. Ultimately, digital transformation has positioned SMEs for the long-term success in an increasingly digital economy. Another crucial factor in SME survival during the pandemic was government support. Various financial assistance programs, including direct cash handouts and low-cost loans, were introduced to alleviate cash flow pressure. This initiative helped businesses cover payroll, manage operational expenses, and adapt to new market conditions. However, accessibility remained a challenge for some SMEs, as eligibility requirements and application processes sometimes create barriers. Asyaba et al. 2024 highlighted improving access to government aid would enhance its effectiveness, ensuring that support reaches those who need it most. Addressing these barriers is key to creating a more efficient and equitable system for SMEs. In response to financial strain, many SMEs implemented cost-cutting measures to sustain operations. Workforce adjustments such as layoff or temporary salary reduction were necessary to manage cash flow constraints. Additionally, businesses rely on their savings to navigate periods of reduced revenue. According to BINTI and Gunnu 2024, these strategies help SMEs stay afloat during economic downturns. While cost-cutting was a survival necessity, it also highlighted the importance of financial resilience and strategic planning in ensuring business continuity during crises. In summary, the COVID-19 pandemic forced SMEs to rethink their business models and adopt new strategies for survival. Digital transformation, government support, and cost-cutting measures play a vital role in helping businesses adapt and recover. Moving forward, SMEs must continue leveraging technology, advocating for better policy support, and maintaining financial preparedness to withstand future economic disruption. The resilience and adaptability demonstrated during the pandemic will serve as a foundation for long-term success in an evolving business landscape.
Impact of COVID-19 pandemic on Malaysia's labour market. The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly disrupted Malaysia's labour market, bringing about challenges that require urgent attention. In 2020, the unemployment rate spiked to 4.6%, the highest in 3 decades, while youth unemployment exceeded 12%, leaving fresh graduates struggling to find jobs. Hard-hit sectors like tourism, hospitality, and retail faced massive layoffs and business closures, forcing many workers into informal jobs without security or benefits. Vulnerable groups, including women and low-skilled workers, were disproportionately affected, worsening income inequality. At the same time, industries such as healthcare, logistics, and e-commerce experienced a rise in labour demand, exposing a skills mismatch within the workforce. Many workers, especially in rural areas, were not prepared for the rapid shift towards technology-driven roles. The pandemic also highlighted structural weakness such as underemployment and unequal job opportunities, with a rise in part-time and informal employment leading to lower wages and greater insecurity. Mental health challenges further compound these issues, as over 60% of employees reported increased stress due to job insecurity, income loss, and heavier workloads. Strategies to solve Malaysia's labour market. Addressing this challenge requires a multifaceted approach. First, promoting job creation in high-growth sectors like renewable energy, advanced manufacturing, and technology is crucial. Government initiatives such as tax breaks, financial aids, and grants can encourage business to expand and create more jobs. For example, the Green Technology Financing Scheme supports renewable energy projects, simultaneously boosting employment and sustainability, diversifying industries and focusing on rural areas development through programs like the East Coast Economic Region Development Council, can also bring investment and job opportunity to less developed areas. Second, accelerating digital transformation is vital. Expanding internet coverage through initiatives like Jendela ensures connectivity for rural areas, reducing the digital divide. Digital skills training programs are equally essential to prepare the workforce for a tech-driven economy. By improving digital literacy, workers can access online training, remote work, and e-commerce opportunities, enabling Malaysia to compete globally and create more inclusive economy.
Moving on, I'll be discussing the impact on Malaysia's tourism and hospitality industry, which has been a long important driver of economic growth. Before the pandemic in 2019, the industry contributed RM220.6 billion to Malaysia's GDP and generated RM86.14 billion in tourist spending. However, the pandemic brought unprecedented challenges, particularly following the implementation of the Movement Control Order in March 2020. It had forced the industry to pivot, with businesses adapting or shutting down entirely. This shift notes the need for resilience and long-term transformation. First, economic losses were devastating. International tourist arrivals dropped by 78.6% from 26.1 million in 2019 to just 4.29 million in 2020. Consequently, tourism revenue plummeted by over 80%, significantly affecting Malaysia's GDP. Similar trends were seen across Southeast Asia. Second, rising unemployment severely impacted tourism-related sector, with airlines, hotels, travel agencies struggling to survive. Wage cuts, layoff, and unpaid leave became a widespread. The unemployment rate reached a decade high of 4 to 5%, with tour guides and hospitality workers among the hardest hit. Finally, businesses closure were widespread. Many hotels, airlines, small travel agencies shut down due to prolonged travel restriction. While some hotels pivoted to serve as a quarantine center, this provided limited relief to the sector. In short, the pandemic caused significant economic losses, rising unemployment, and widespread closures, underscoring the urgent need for long-term strategies to build resilience in Malaysia tourism. Let's now discuss the strategy implemented to address the impacts of COVID-19 on Malaysia's tourism and hospitality industry. First, the Economic Stimulus and Financial Assistance Initiative helped alleviate financial burdens. The Prihatin Rakyat Economy Stimulus Package introduced measures like a 6-month suspension of income tax installments and RM500 million allocated to provide a 15% discount on electricity bills for tourism operators. Loan moratoriums and microcredit schemes, including RM700 million in loans for small tourism businesses, further supported cash flow and operational costs. Next, promoting domestic tourism was a key recovery strategy. The government distributed RM100 travel voucher and provided a RM1000 special tax relief for domestic tourism expenses. Tourism Malaysia also allocated RM30 million to promote local tourism in both domestic and international markets. This incentive encouraged Malaysians to explore local destinations while international travel remained restricted. Lastly, the National Tourism Policy 2020 to 2030 set the foundation for long-term recovery. This plan focused on 6 strategies, including governance transformation, digitalization, and sustainable tourism practices aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The policy also aimed to enhance tourist experience, attract investors, and develop human resource capacity, ensuring the industry resilience against future crises. So, these strategies, namely financial assistance, domestic tourism promotion, and a long-term recovery plan, demonstrates Malaysia's commitment to revitalizing its tourism sector while building resilience for the future.
Let's talk about the impact of education. The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly impacted higher education. Education system and the ability for students to go to school were negatively impacted when schools had to quickly transition to online learning. This made it harder for some students to get an education. According to Abdullah et al. 2020, social distancing measure required a sudden shift from traditional face-to-face teaching to online and virtual learning. Most of teachers facing unprepared for online teaching and had to quickly adapt their methods to engage students effectively in a digital environment. According to Ali et al. 2024, students also face difficulty such as limited access to technology and reliable internet, which expose existing inequalities in the education system. To improve online learning, teachers need better training and support. It is essential that every student has the same opportunities to learn. The strategies to solve on education. First of all, government should accelerate digital transformation in Malaysia's education system. For instance, initiatives like the Digital Educational Learning Initiative Malaysia DELIMA have engaged over 5.3 million users by late 2023. According to BE 2023, government should enhance digital access by improving high-speed internet in rural areas, providing schools with essential tools to make students easier to get their education. According to Nasaruddin 2023, intensive training programs for educators are being rolled out to equip them with the necessary skills for effective online instruction.
In conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic brought immense challenges to Malaysia's economy, SMEs, labour market, education system and tourism industry. However, it also highlighted the need for adaptability, innovation and resilience. Through digital transformation, government support and structural reforms, Malaysia has taken crucial steps to recovery and long-term economic sustainability. While progress has been made, ongoing efforts are needed to address economic vulnerabilities, bridge digital and social inequalities, and strengthen workforce skills for the future. The lesson learned from this crisis should serve as a foundation for building a more inclusive and resilient economy. By embracing change and fostering collaboration, Malaysia can ensure sustainable growth and better prepare for future global challenges. That's all from us. Thank you.